Hey, my name's Evan Guy. I'm a sophomore at Clemson University, and I'm a wildlife biology major. Uh, this is my vlog, new student dialogue thing I have to make for Library 100. And my new student dialogue was on ability. Uh, Mine was on December 4th, and when we first got there, I hadn't signed up through the email because they were all full, so I had to sign in on the sheet. And when we first got there, it was extremely hot, and I thought it was going to be completely terrible the entire time. But everybody got there, and it was packed out. And first thing we did was like stand in a circle and play some game, where we get to know how we match interests with people. Like we say our name, tell them where we're from, and say like one thing we like to do. And if one person like that did that, they would stand up beside them, and then they would say the next thing they like to do. And I stood up and said I played baseball in high school, and then someone else stood up. But we started discussing abilities, and I guess that had to play with it. That played into it, talking about what our interests were and abilities. Well, then we got some wheel thing out and discussed like our socioeconomic class. It had all like different a list of different stuff we could do, like our gender, our age, and I'm 19, white, from America, and I said I was middle class. And one thing on there was like disabilities, or like no, it wasn't disabilities. It was like body type, I guess. And I said I was right-handed, and I also said I was ADD. And I guess that's my only disability that affects me right now that I know of. And I take Adderall for it, and when I wasn't taking Adderall, I was struggling in school a lot. Like I wasn't paying attention. And we discussed, like some people, like a guy beside me said he had what was it called? He had dyslexia, and he discussed how he went through school with it and how that was tough for him and how he's learned to live with it. And we watched some video on. It was a guy who had SMA, spinal muscular atrophy, and it showed him like he was just. It showed him as a kid, and then it showed him as like a 26-year-old guy now, and how he was living with it, and how his mom used to take care of him, but he got tired of it, and so he got on Craigslist and got someone to come take care of him, and he like really started living his life, and I put an ad on Craigslist, and somehow got a girlfriend. I don't know how, but more power to him. And it just discussed how he wasn't going to let that hold him back, and his girlfriend, they discussed their sex life, which I thought was a little bit different, and I couldn't see how they were doing it, but I thought it was pretty cool that he could do all that stuff. And really the premise of the video was to show that he wasn't going to let any disability hold us back, and that was the main idea behind the new student dialogue, was disabilities and abilities. And that video really did show us that something that bad didn't stop him. Why should like our disability stop us from doing good in school or whatever we face? And after that, we discussed the video, and we talked about how it was pretty strong. He was a pretty strong guy, and to have cameras coming in and invade his life like that when he has a disability. And we got out like 15 minutes early, I guess, because it was so freaking hot. Y'all need to do something about the air conditioning before y'all have people come in and do that next year, because it was ridiculous. And I have 45 more seconds of this, so I'm going to discuss air conditioning units and how you can fix those. One, you can put more Freon in it, because I found that to work with my air conditioning units. Another is, I don't really know, but so this is my new student dialogue, I guess, because I have nothing else to say.